Hi, everyone. It's Diane Evans here with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So, welcome to my YouTube Live or my Facebook page live. I really do appreciate it when you do join me live. But, even if you're watching this on a replay, I appreciate that as well. Just make sure that you do comment if you're watching it on a replay. If you're tuning in or through Facebook page, and you want to see a little bit more, sometimes through my YouTube channel is better. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel just down below here, and then hit the bell and you get notified immediately as soon as I do go live. And that really helps with you for when I do go live on YouTube. So if you don't like it when I'm talking with different people as we go along, I suggest that you do watch it on a replay and then you can scoot on by that. But I don't, I appreciate everybody that joins me on here live. And I also appreciate the replays, like I said before. So this is my Mystery Wednesday. Mystery Wednesdays have evolved over the years or a year or two. And what's basically happened is that through my YouTube, through my mystery, what I do is I give you 3 different objects that you would have probably in your stamping studio. Sometimes it's kind of a mystery of what I'm trying to get at, which is kind of like today, or it's something that you should have in your craft room. And if not, I can kind of show you and direct you into that way of finding it. So today the clues are window sheets, food, and designer series paper. So I'm going to just jump down to my desktop here and hopefully you'll see what I have in mind. So a lot of people say to me, oh, I don't like fruit or any kind of food on a card. Honestly, there's certain things about certain fruits that are very, very appealing and do set a certain message out to different people. And that's just the thing with citrus blooms. They give a feeling of freshness and I find it very inviting. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using the citrus blooms, the stamp set. Well, no, not necessarily it's a stamp set, because basically this designer series paper is amazing. It reminds me, like it says, Mediterranean blooms, but I think it also goes and lends itself to Mexican as well. So I'm hoping to use this paper in a scrapbook layout that I hope to do for you very, very soon. But so I'm actually going to do it very easy for myself today, as we're going to use some of this fruit from the designer series paper, and you'll see how I do it. Now, window sheets are available in our annual catalog, and they're readily available. They come in sheets of 2, and they're really, I always mark them with a big window on it, because when you see it in the package, you don't see that that's what they are, window sheets. So I mark it on both ends, and you could use that. But you could also use from your photopolymer stamp sets, you can use this part that comes off of that part there, as long as it's a big enough piece that's there. But this is the window sheet that I'm talking about. Because of the style of this card, a window sheet is actually better than acetate, because you need to have the strength of the window sheet. Now, this is one way that you can use a window sheet. Oh my goodness, there's so many different ways that you can use window sheets. And this wasn't the way that I had intended to use this window sheet. I had actually intended to use it in another way, totally, totally different. But that's okay. That's what happens as the day evolves. So let's get on to it. So I have, this is the Mediterranean, this is the bundle. Remember now, until the end of June, you can save an extra 10% on your bundles. So instead of saving just 10% on the bundle, you can save up to 20% on the bundle, and that's a real treat. And I believe that these were available, or maybe they're, I'm not sure now. But remember that you do have until June the 30th for that. All right, so let's get going on this. Now, there was 2 different types of orientation that I was actually going to do on this particular card. And then I decided, you know what? I think I'll just do it this one way, but I want to show you the other way that I was thinking of doing this. Now, I am using a window sheet, and my thought process was, well, this is going to look really nice, but that's on the back side of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this window sheet, this cutout, and it's not even cut out yet, just onto my Daffodil Delight. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to fussy cut this out, but I want it to be that color on the back. I don't want it showing through to the front. All right, so we're going to be doing, like I say, we're doing a portrait card, but this can also be done as a landscape, and I'll show you that in just a second. All right, so we're going to fussy cut this part out first. So let's just bring in our snips. Hello, Karen, and hello, Tina. This paper is so pretty. It really is. It's just one of those ones. It's just, yeah, if you didn't like fruits and vegetables or fruits, this one should turn you because the designer series paper is amazing. Now this is going to be a little bit thicker, and it is a little bit more cumbersome to fussy cut. There's no dies for this particular one, but like I say, I wanted it so that you didn't see into the back. I wanted it, and it's going to match with the card, so then it's going to have the Daffodil Delight onto the back. If you didn't mind having that onto the back, the blue onto the back, then it would have been okay as well. So when you're doing a fussy cutting, make sure that you hold your scissors still. And what you do is you let your left hand, if you're right-handed, you let your left hand, or as somebody went and said, you let the thumb do the driving. So we're just going to go around there like that. And that's the key to fussy cutting. The other key to fussy cutting is so many people think that they have to go right to the edge. When you have dies, your dies don't cut right to the edge, right? They leave that 1/8 of an inch border or 1/16 of an inch border. So that's why I leave that amount. Plus that also gives you the opportunity to, I'm just going to cut this out because this part is a little thick. I can't even remember where I was going. Oh my goodness. Hello, Marie. So I'm just going to go there. Like I say, what you want to do is you want to let your thumb do the driving. Oh, what I was saying was if you cut really, really close to the edges, you can see way more imperfections with your fussy cutting. That's where I was going. So we're almost done this. I find fussy cutting very therapeutic. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but it's something, once you get used to it, it's quite easy to do. And yes, it is very therapeutic. There we go. All right. So like I say, that's going to show on the back like that. And then we're not going to see the different kinds of DSP on there. So let's just get rid of this stuff here. All right. So now, like I say, a window sheet card. So this is going to be kind of like a peekaboo card, but it's not quite a peekaboo card. So I'm going to come in and let's put this layer. This piece actually is 4 1/4 by 7 inches, and I've scored it at 5 1/2 inches. So I'm going to come in. This is 4 by 5 1/4. I'm just going to put that in on the inside of this card. You find it very hard to do, Karen. Try just taking your scissors, holding it fairly, like just holding your scissors if you're right-handed, in your right hand, and then use your left hand to do the steering. And I think you'll start finding that it's a lot easier to do than to actually use your scissors to cut around things, because that is difficult. All right, so that's just going to go on there. There we go. Okay, so then I have this piece here is the same as this piece, which is 1.5 by 4.25, and that's actually going to go right down on this part here, and then it's going to be like a peekaboo card sort of thing. So this window sheet, oops, and it has glue on it. Ugh, we really didn't want to have glue on that. So let me see if I can come in and do something with my rubbing alcohol on this, because you want your sheet to be without any glue on it. So rubbing alcohol will take some of that, will take that glue off your window sheet. So I'm hoping that that stays fairly, and it dries quickly too. Rubbing alcohol stays very, very close in my studio. All right, so these pieces are 1.25 by 4 inches, and that's the same size as what's up there. So what I want to do is I want to get this so that it's right even with that part up there. I'm hoping that that's going to be the right size. Yes, we're good. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put this onto this piece here. Now, there's various ways of doing these kind of cards. I like this way because I don't like seeing my window sheet on the back or on the front. It's like being a sewer, right? If you sewed and you liked all your seams being finished, this is kind of like the same thing as your seams being finished. Now, this could move around quite a bit because it's quite a slippery surface. So, and then this piece is just going to go straight onto this piece here. But you know what? We're not going to use glue. We are going to use tear and tape, because that's going to be really, really important that that part's going to stay on there. So we're going to use the tear and tape onto the back of this. See how that was almost oozing out? We didn't really want that to happen. So I'm going to come on with my tear and tape. Just put that there. I think you're going to like this type of a card. This one, at least, you can do a lot more with it. I wanted to be able to have a bit of a scene and something that you can also see from the back side of the card. Now, like I say, this was not the original idea that I had, but everything changes, right? Now, also with those citrus blooms, it has a beautiful frame, but also this greenery image there that is so pretty as well. All right, so that is, once we get that on there, that's going to go right up there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put this piece right on the bottom, exactly the same way as we put the top piece. And I do apologize because my dog is going to be talking to us the whole time along. Okay, so we're just going to come and put this right here, just on there. And again, we're going to turn that over and we're going to use the tear and tape on there as well. Now this side is really pretty too. This would have been, skip the things there, but wouldn't that have been nice on a card as well? Oh, that would have been really pretty. Well, food for thought, right? So then I'm just going to come here and put this on here. Now, remember, these mystery challenges are part of what I do every week. And then once a month, I do a random draw for anybody that's put in for a mystery challenge, and post it to my Facebook group. Now, the link to my Facebook group is just down below here. And then if you live in Canada, I give away a product. But if you live outside of Canada, I give away a tutorial. All right. So this is Now this is probably the toughest part. We are going to come down here, and I'm going to put this right at the bottom. Now, I could turn around and I could use some clips on here. I could use a bunch of different stuff. I am going to try to wing it like this. I'll probably be sorry that I did, but we're going to do it that way. Hello, Colleen. All right, so let's go ahead and take the middle pieces off, I think is what we're going to do. And then I can come in and take that other piece off afterwards. So this is going to come in like this. Like I said, she's going to be talking to us the whole time. Now, to make it really easy, I could turn around and clip that, like I said, and I probably should, but we're going to try to do it this way. So I want this to go on here. Oh, you know, I'm gonna regret doing this. I know I am. This is going to go like this. Whoops, look at that. And then this is going to come down. There we go. And then we're going to put that right on there. Whew, it worked. Now, had this been acetate, that would not have stood up like that. It just wouldn't have stood up. You could have done it this way too. Let me just show you how I was thinking of doing it landscaped. I was going to cut it appropriately. I would have cut a little 1/2 inch there and then done the strips along here, which would be interesting because I think what I might do is do that on here and do the opposite side of these strips. Okay, so we have that like that. Now, this is where this can go in here, and we can attach that right on there. Or what we could do is we could go ahead and attach this to the back here, just like this, and then attach this onto the front like that. But see how that works is with the window sheets, you can then start playing with it a lot more on there. This could also be on there, but to me, that kind of looks kind of funny on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm coming in with my glue dots, and I am going to attach this at the top and at the bottom and some in between. And you're not going to see these glue dots because of this. So let's go ahead and take that out. So yeah, and we're doing this on the right side. So I'm just going to come and just squishing that just a bit. Whoops, I see we could take a bit out of here. I'm just going to come and do that on there. Whoops. Now, the other way is you could have stuff coming up in between here. But see, you're not seeing any part of that window sheet. You're not seeing any of those layers on there, which is really kind of nice that you're not seeing that sort of stuff. All right, so I'm going to come and hopefully I'm going to put this in the right spot. That we're going to cover that part up. See if I do that way. There we go. And let's put one right there. All right, so then this is going to come in here like this. I'm going to put this right there. I'm going to put it over to the side. And then we're just going to attach that like that. So this is giving us a window sheet like that. And then now what we can do is we can come in and put this here. Now, what I thought would be really kind of nice is also on the window sheet part is turn around and put your sentiment right there on the inside of the card. And now I'm sitting there going, oh, I wish I'd done this ahead of time, just in case it wasn't quite right. So I used the sketched butterflies, and I like this thinking of you. And now we're going to have to see if we get this on here straight. Oh, Diane, why do you do that to yourself? All right, so let's come in with our Night of Navy. Yeah, we're going to hide those glue dots, so it's all good, right? Whoops, that is correct. Let's try that again. Whoa, that's really crooked. What I want to do is when I put this down on the paper, I want it to be straight. So I try to line up the bottom of my stamp. Okay, that works. Now, we're going to hold our breath. This is going to come in about there. So I want it right about there. Ooh. All right. So let me see if I do it this way. Whoops, that's, well, right about there. We're keeping our fingers crossed. I could do that intentionally, but I am, when it comes to sentiments, I like them straight. So let's see. Look at that. Wow. And then this can go right like that, see? And then that part's going to show. Now, I don't want to put any, I don't want to go and put any dimensionals on here at all. We're going to go ahead with our glue dots again. And we are going to strategically, when I say strategically, I'm saying that we're going to put those glue dots right onto here. So I can turn around and kind of look where I'm putting this. And then I can stick these glue dots afterwards, right? So if I put that there, let's put one right about there. We can kind of hide it where that stem's going to be. So just like that. See? And then we can turn around and we can put a glue dot right up there. One down here. And then we're going to put some of these on here. So we're going to put the glue dot on the front part of this. And then we're just going to stick that down in there like that. And put this. These are quite long, so I'm going to actually cut this one off. And let's go ahead and put one here. So this is going to be going on a blog. It will be the first Saturday of the month, which is not this Saturday, but a week Saturday. It's our Stamping Friends blog hop. So this is my window card for that. And one more. And see, that's kind of bringing that out. And I'm going to tear that off as well. All right, so let's go ahead. Like I say, we're putting this on the front part. And it's going to stick under this card, so we're not going to see any of that glue on there. So just like that. So there's our window card. See, there's no glue on there. And now what we can do is we can come in with our embellishments. Thank you. Like I say, it's not what I intended. I think it would have been really nice with this other blue, but I really like this blue, this navy one. So let's just come in and stick this on there. And we can then put these ones right on this window. See how that's going to work for us? And let's see. We want, you know what? I'm just going to put one right there. All right, so that'll work. There's our window card. So that's the mystery. So I can't wait to see what you do for the mystery challenge. Like I say, if you live in Canada, make sure that you enter into the challenge. And if you live outside of Canada, you can enter into the challenge as well. And you may get drawn randomly for the tutorial is about 40 different cards and everything else. Hello, Susan. Thank you. So there we go. Pretty simple on the inside. Lots of room to write. You could write up here, or if you decide that you want to write on the back, you can do that as well. But there's your card, your window card, and it's attached. We're using the front and the back of the window, which really makes it so it's fairly easy. All right, so if you like that, give me the thumbs up, share my video. I really do appreciate it when you do that. And if you have any questions, by all means, reach out. And if you live in Canada, I'd love to be your demonstrator. But if not, I love sharing my ideas with you as well. All right, you guys, remember to create because it's great for the soul. And we will see you tomorrow at 4:15, where it's my Now What series. And I'm hoping to get something done for tomorrow. It takes a little bit more planning than what I usually do on here. So we shall see what happens. All right, you guys, bye for now.